In the vast kingdom of the wild, survival is not a passive instinct, it is a struggle pushed to the very edge of desperation. This is a world where each day ignites a silent battle, where life is defended through speed, strength, and decisions made in a fraction of a second. Here, confrontations are not fought for glory, only for continuity. Hunger drives the attack, fear demands escape, and exhaustion turns every encounter into an extreme test. The fight for survival is raw, relentless, and often merciless. Because losing does not mean retreat, it means vanishing. In this untamed arena, there are no guarantees and no truces, only creatures driven to their limits, facing one another in a constant struggle for existence. This is the true face of the animal world. A battlefield where to live is to endure, and to endure is to fight until the very last breath. Under the relentless African sun, the Masai Mara unfolds as a living canvas of untamed wilderness. Vast stretches of golden grass sway endlessly beneath dry winds, carrying the scent of red soil and the raw pulse of life itself. In this iconic region of Kenya, more than 2,500 square kilometers of savanna merge with winding rivers, thorny thickets, and gently rolling hills, forming one of the most remarkable ecosystems on Earth. Each morning, the sky ignites with deep crimson hues, signaling the beginning of an extraordinary spectacle. Across the plains, millions of wildebeest and zebras move together in the Great Migration, their hooves shaking the ground like distant thunder. A lion's roar echoes through the open land, while the streamlined form of a cheetah slips silently through tall grass at breathtaking speed. Above, more than 470 species of birds, from soaring vultures to elegant flamingos, fill the air, while on the ground, Thompson's gazelles and towering ostriches shape the daily rhythm of the savanna. Yet the Masai Mara is far more than a beautiful landscape. It is a proving ground where survival is tested every day. Predators and prey are bound together in an endless struggle for existence. Lions, the dominant force of the plains, rely on teamwork, powerful claws, and thunderous roars that can travel for kilometers to secure their territory. Cheetahs, built for speed rather than strength, depend on explosive acceleration to capture prey, often risking their hard-earned meal to stronger rivals. The ostrich stands as a remarkable example of adaptation. Reaching heights of nearly 2.7 meters and capable of running close to 70 kilometers per hour, it is both imposing and agile. Within the Masai Mara, an estimated 200 to 400 lions hunt large herbivores such as antelope, zebras, and wildebeest, and they frequently steal kills from cheetahs. Despite a hunting success rate of nearly 50%, cheetahs become extremely vulnerable after their short but exhausting chases, making them easy targets for lions or hyenas. With large eyes capable of detecting danger from great distances, the ostrich relies on speed and powerful kicks to evade threats. Although it is not a predator, it plays a crucial role in the ecosystem by consuming large quantities of grass, seeds, and insects, helping maintain ecological balance. This constant competition among species is the heartbeat of the Masai Mara, a land where every moment determines survival or loss within the endless cycle of the savanna. Balance is essential in this fragile environment. Lions help regulate populations of large herbivores, preventing overgrazing that could strip the land of vegetation. Cheetahs focus on smaller antelope, complementing the lion's role in maintaining order. Ostriches, through their feeding habits, indirectly support other species. Even the remains of a zebra weighing over 300 kilograms become nourishment for hyenas, vultures, and jackals, sustaining a complex and interconnected food web. However, this delicate balance faces growing threats. Habitat loss, increasing conflict with human communities, and climate change place immense pressure on wildlife. As the sun sinks low and bathes the Masai Mara in golden light, a slender figure cuts through the tall grass like an arrow released into the wind. It is the cheetah, the embodiment of speed. weighing between 40 and 60 kilograms. The cheetah represents a rare blend of grace and power. Its body is engineered to reach nearly 100 kilometers per hour in just a few seconds. Its golden coat, covered in dark spots, provides natural camouflage and helps release excess heat under the scorching African sun. Large eyes offer a wide field of vision, while the distinctive black tear lines running from eye to muzzle reduce glare and enhance focus during daylight hunts. Yet this incredible speed comes at a high cost. After each intense chase, a cheetah's heart rate can soar beyond 200 beats per minute, and its body temperature rises to dangerous levels, forcing it to stop and recover. Picture the scene beneath the vast African sky. A female cheetah lies motionless in the grass. Golden eyes scanning the horizon. She does not rule through raw power, but through precision, timing, and mastery of movement. The cheetah's lineage is like a thread drawn thinner with each passing millennium, nearly snapped by ancient global upheavals. The species endured, but survival came at a heavy cost. Today's cheetahs are remarkably similar at a genetic level, almost indistinguishable reflections of one another, carrying within their DNA the unmistakable imprint of a near extinction. They are a fragile triumph of evolution, racing against the limits of time. Cheetahs are solitary hunters. Unlike lions, they do not rely on the strength of a group, but instead depend on patience, precision, and sudden bursts of speed. In the Masai Mara, they hunt mostly during daylight hours, favoring the cool moments of early morning and late afternoon to avoid extreme heat and the risks posed by nocturnal predators. Their prey includes Thompson's gazelles, impalas, and the young of wildebeest or zebra's nimble animals, yet unable to match speeds that can reach between 95 and 105 kilometers per hour. A hunt begins in tense stillness, hidden among tall grasses. The cheetah locks its gaze onto the open plain, carefully calculating every movement of its target. Then, in a decisive moment, it explodes forward with an acceleration approaching 13 meters per second squared, rivaling and even surpassing that of a racehorse. Each stride covers an extraordinary distance, and its hunting success rate hovers around 50% higher than that of many larger predators. Yet speed alone does not guarantee safety. Hyenas and leopards pose constant threats, often forcing cheetahs to hunt at dawn or dusk, when these rivals are less active and the risk of confrontation is reduced. These encounters reveal the cheetah's vulnerable position within the food web. Despite being the fastest land animal on Earth, it is frequently outmatched by stronger competitors and driven away from its kill. Still, its greatest weapon speed has been refined to near perfection. In this delicate dance between pursuit and survival, the cheetah's tail becomes a silent partner. More than a simple extension of the body, it acts as a living rudder, guiding subtle shifts in balance and direction. With it, the cheetah does more than run, it carves its path through space, mirroring every sudden turn of its fleeing prey. The lion Panthera leo stands as the clearest embodiment of dominance on the African savanna. Its authority is built on immense physical strength, strong social bonds, and a roar that can travel for kilometers across open land. As dawn breaks over the Masai Mara, the lion emerges as a living symbol of power and unmistakable presence that commands respect. Its weapons are precise and devastating. Blade-like claws, nearly 4 centimeters long, slice through flesh with ease, while canines reaching up to 7 centimeters function as lethal instruments. Yet the lion's effectiveness goes far beyond raw force. Its senses have been refined through millions of years of evolution. with night vision up to 6 times stronger than that of humans. The lion can detect movement in near total darkness. This advantage comes from the tapetum lucidum, a reflective layer behind the retina that amplifies available light and produces the familiar glow of a lion's eyes after sunset. Even so, the lion's greatest strength is neither tooth nor claw, but sound. Its roar is the voice of the savanna itself. More than a call, it is a proclamation of ownership, rolling across the plains to signal that the land is claimed. This acoustic dominance allows lions to control vast territories without constant physical confrontation. Unlike the cheetah, which relies on speed and hunts alone, lions live and hunt in structured prides, typically made up of 5 to 15 individuals, though some groups grow far larger. Lionesses lead the hunts with precise coordination, moving like a disciplined unit, while males focus on territorial defense and the protection of cubs. Together, they form one of the most effective hunting societies in the natural world. As the sun climbs above the Masai Mara, the open grasslands become the stage for the lion's most dramatic hunts. Unlike the cheetah, which relies on raw speed to capture smaller prey, lions take on animals that are larger, stronger, and far more dangerous. Their hunts unfold like a deadly choreography of patience, timing, and coordination. Hidden within tall grass, members of the pride move silently, splitting into smaller groups to surround their target. Once the distance closes to roughly 30 to 60 meters, the ambush begins, cutting off every possible escape route. Some lions leap onto the prey's back, driving their claws deep, while others aim for the neck or muzzle, locking their jaws around the throat until breathing stops. When confronting formidable animals such as buffalo, the struggle can last for hours, with the prey fighting fiercely for survival. Still, persistence and teamwork usually prevail. Group hunts succeed roughly 30% of the time, an impressive rate given the risks involved. Picture the moment a zebra grazes peacefully, its striped coat glowing in the sunlight. Without warning, 3 lionesses burst from the grass. The zebra bolts, but every exit has already been anticipated. Lions do not hunt only at night. They take advantage of dawn and dusk, when low light offers natural camouflage. During the dry season, when water sources shrink to rivers like the Mara, lions often wait near watering holes. Sometimes a distant roar from a male sparks panic, driving prey directly into the trap. This blend of strategy and brute force makes the lion one of nature's most efficient hunters. Battles for control within a pride can be just as intense. When new males seize dominance, they may kill the cubs sired by their predecessors to ensure their own genetic legacy. Harsh as it seems, this behavior is part of the species' evolutionary strategy. Females carry their young for about 110 days, giving birth to 2 to 4 cubs weighing barely 1 or 2 kilograms. The pride protects them closely. Lionesses nurse communally and later teach the cubs the skills needed to hunt. In the Masai Mara, legendary prides such as the Marsh Pride or the Notch lineage have been documented ruling territories that span dozens of square kilometers. Here, lions are not merely predators, they are true architects of the ecosystem. Through strength, numbers, and coordination, they sit firmly at the top of the food chain. They are also skilled opportunists, frequently stealing kills from cheetahs and hyenas. After a cheetah completes an exhausting chase, it is not uncommon for a lion to appear silently, imposing and unchallenged, to claim the prize. Lions even hunt ostriches, though these birds are among the most challenging prey on the savanna. Capable of running nearly 70 kilometers per hour and delivering kicks powerful enough to kill a lion, ostriches present a serious risk. Beyond hunting, the lion's ecological role is vital. By controlling populations of herbivores such as zebras, wildebeest, and buffalo, lions prevent overgrazing that could devastate the grasslands. The remains of their kills then sustain hyenas, vultures, and jackals, keeping the ecosystem in motion. Shared by both cheetahs and lions. The ostrich Struthiocamelus stands out as an exceptional opponent, combining speed, strength, and constant vigilance. Reaching heights of up to 2.7 meters and weighing between 100 and 160 kilograms, it is the largest flightless bird on Earth and a familiar presence across the Masai Mara. Its survival depends on power and acceleration. An ostrich can sprint at over 70 kilometers per hour, nearly matching a cheetah over short distances, with strides stretching up to 5 meters. Unlike smaller prey, it wields muscular legs capable of delivering devastating kicks strong enough to break a cheetah's bones or kill a lion outright. Massive eyes, about 5 centimeters in diameter, give the ostrich an almost panoramic field of vision, allowing it to spot danger from afar. Combined with sharp hearing and a keen sense of smell, these senses provide early warning. Ostriches typically live in groups of 5 to 20 individuals, sometimes gathering in much larger numbers during migrations, creating an effective collective alert system. Their eggs, weighing more than 1.4 kilograms, attract many predators, but females defend their nests aggressively. For cheetahs, ostriches are tempting yet risky targets, especially when young or isolated. On flat terrain, the cheetah's advantage lies in its explosive speed. It stalks from distances of 1 to 200 meters, using tall grass as cover, and launches its attack when the bird is unaware. Even then, the ostrich's endurance and agility often complicate the chase. Cheetahs exhaust themselves after just 20 to 30 seconds of intense running, and in this contest, the balance can shift instantly. It is a reminder of the fragile equilibrium that defines life in the Masai Mara. Lions confront ostriches differently. Though not a primary prey like zebra or buffalo, ostriches become valuable during times of scarcity. Prides use encirclement tactics. Some lions drive confusion and panic, while others strike from the sides or rear. In the endless struggle of the savannah, adaptability remains the greatest weapon of all. Hunting an ostrich is never a simple task. With powerful legs capable of delivering kicks strong enough to be fatal and the ability to sprint at remarkable speeds, this bird is a dangerous opponent in open terrain. For this reason, lions succeed in only about 15 to 20% of their attempts. Most of the time, they focus on young birds or isolated individuals that have fallen behind the group, where the risk is lower and the chances of success improve. Both the cheetah and the lion play essential roles within the ecosystem, though their influence takes different forms. The cheetah, by targeting smaller and faster prey, helps keep certain herbivore populations in check and prevents excessive pressure on the grasslands. However, its solitary lifestyle and the frequent loss of its kills to stronger competitors reduce its overall impact, especially in areas densely populated by lions. The lion, by contrast, functions as a true architect of the savanna. By hunting large herbivores, it regulates their numbers and helps maintain the balance that allows the ecosystem to thrive. In the ongoing story of survival in the Masai Mara, both the cheetah and the lion stand as remarkable examples of nature's precision and adaptability, each defined by a distinct hunting strategy. Yet it is the lion that ultimately emerges as the dominant force. Through collective strength, the ability to take down massive prey, and its position at the top of the food chain, the lion shapes the fate of the Masai Mara more than any other predator. Which of these animals impressed you the most with its skills and adaptations? Share your thoughts in the comments. In the untamed heart of the African savanna lives a predator as beautiful as it is extraordinary: the African wild dog. Its mottled coat of black, yellow, brown, and white looks like a work of art shaped by nature itself, unique to each individual, like a personal fingerprint. Unlike the solitary leopard or the dominant lion, the African wild dog thrives through teamwork, cooperation, and flawless coordination. Its packs may consist of 10 individuals or several dozen, and each member plays an essential role. In Africa, they are not just hunters, they are protectors of their family, symbols of shared survival. Their existence proves that the most efficient predator can also be one of the most cooperative. Across the golden grasslands of the savanna, the afternoon light slowly spills over a sea of swaying grass. From the vegetation emerge the African wild dogs, silent shadows blending into the landscape like restless ghosts. Every step is measured, calculated. Damp muzzles quiver, ears swivel, eyes remain fixed with absolute concentration. Their attention is locked onto a group of impalas grazing nearby, unaware of the threat closing in. The impalas move calmly, their relaxed rhythm projecting a false sense of safety. Then, an invisible signal ripples through the pack. Without a single sound, the calm shatters. Suddenly, they all launch the attack. Silence turns into chaos, bodies surge forward, muscles tighten, and the chase explodes with terrifying speed. The ground trembles beneath the impala's hooves, grass snapping under desperate flight. In seconds, the outcome is decided: a precise bite, followed by others. The prey falls, overwhelmed by collective force. As quickly as it began, everything ends. Silence returns to the savannah. The hunt is over. The first to feed are the youngest. The pups eat before the adults. The meal is more than nourishment. It is a display of care, cooperation, and family bonds. In an unforgiving world, African wild dogs embody a rare balance, fierce and precise in the hunt, yet deeply affectionate within their group. Strength and unity, strategy and tenderness, a reminder that in nature, survival can also be built on cooperation. The wild dog's feast had not yet ended when a new shadow stretched across the golden grasslands of Africa. Hyenas had arrived, relentless opportunists, following the scent of blood with fierce determination and insatiable hunger. Their harsh, unsettling laughter echoed across the savannah, a chilling signal announcing to every nearby creature that the thieves were here. Then chaos erupted. The hyenas charged violently, jaws snapping like steel as they hurled themselves at the carcass. The wild dogs responded with courage, leaping forward in fury, teeth clashing against the powerful jaws of their rivals. For a few moments, resistance held, but the pressure was overwhelming. Within minutes, the pack's cohesion began to fracture under the relentless assault of the invaders. The prize changed hands. The hyenas claimed the kill, surrendering themselves to their voracity. They tore into the antelope without mercy, muzzles stained red, their laughter vibrating through the air and chilling any witness to the bone. The defeated dogs withdrew in silence, disappearing into the grass, leaving behind not only the meal, but an echo of defeat and a harsh lesson in endurance. Across the harsh expanse of the African savanna, life grants no truces. Victory and defeat, life and death are endlessly intertwined. In this brutal episode, the hyenas claimed triumph, and the African wild dogs were forced into a bitter retreat, a cruel reminder that on the savanna, survival is never guaranteed. Across the open African savanna, the giraffe immediately commands attention with its remarkable height. Towering above the grasslands, it can browse the highest leaves of acacia trees, food sources far beyond the reach of most other herbivores. This elevated viewpoint also serves as a natural lookout, allowing the giraffe to spot potential threats from a great distance and react long before danger draws near. Yet this impressive advantage comes with a clear risk. When a giraffe lowers itself to drink, spreading its long front legs and bending its body, it briefly enters a vulnerable and unstable position. Predators such as lions and even crocodiles near rivers may seize this moment. To survive, the giraffe relies on speed and power. Its long legs deliver swift acceleration and long strides, and if threatened at close range, A single kick from its hind legs can be powerful enough to seriously injure or deter an attacker. By feeding on the upper canopy of trees, giraffes help shape the structure of the landscape, preventing overgrowth and encouraging plant diversity below. Their role extends far beyond survival alone. They are an essential link in the food web. Through their daily movements and feeding habits, giraffes contribute to the balance and resilience of the ecosystem. Standing as one of the quiet guardians of the African savanna, and so, this journey through the realm of wildlife comes to an end, a world where survival is not an act of heroism, but a relentless necessity. Here, conflicts are not fought for glory or triumph, but for one more heartbeat, one more step forward, one fleeting chance to remain alive. Every encounter leaves unseen scars, exhausted bodies, watchful eyes, and silences heavy with loss. This is the true face of the wild raw, uncompromising and profoundly real. A reminder that existence in its purest form has always been a struggle, and will remain so as long as the heart of nature continues to beat. Across the immense plains of the African savanna, silence rarely means peace. Beneath the relentless sun, the tall grasses sway gently. Yet every subtle movement carries a warning. As a coalition of lions advances with calculated stealth toward a formidable herd of Cape buffalo, a quiet question lingers in the heat of the air. Is this still a place of refuge, or has it already become a battlefield? In this unforgiving landscape, even the smallest step can ignite a confrontation. Lions move like patient tacticians, studying the terrain and searching for the faintest sign of vulnerability. The buffalo, powerful walls of muscle crowned with sweeping horns, stand their ground with unyielding resolve. As predator and herd face one another, tension thickens the air. There is no room for hesitation and no opportunity for mistakes. On the African savanna, survival is earned through strength, instinct, and decisions made in the blink of an eye. A single moment of misjudgment can bring down a mighty hunter or cost the herd one of its own. When cunning predators meet the united force of these massive grazers, the outcome remains uncertain. Will the calculated strategy of the lions prevail, or will the fierce unity of the dark giants reshape the balance of the wild? As the first light of dawn spreads across the vast and dry plains of Africa, a dark and powerful presence moves steadily across the horizon. It is not a shadow drifting through the morning haze, but a herd of Cape buffalo advancing together. Their massive curved horns give them a commanding presence, making them one of the most formidable groups in the natural world. The African buffalo Synchorus Kaffir is a large herbivore of remarkable strength. An adult male can approach a weight of nearly a ton. Its body is protected by thick skin and sparse hair that ranges from dark gray to deep black, resembling a rugged armor shaped by millions of years of evolution. Yet the most intimidating feature for any predator lies at the top of its head. The horns of the Cape buffalo are not only long and sweeping, they meet at the center of the skull, forming a dense bony shield known as the boss. This solid structure acts as a natural defense capable of absorbing powerful impacts and even lifting an attacker weighing several hundred kilograms. For this reason, the herd is often compared to living horns of steel, a symbol of the defensive strength that emerges from unity. Unlike many other hoofed animals, Cape buffalo maintain an exceptionally tight social structure. They live in herds that may range from a few dozen individuals to several hundred. But even such a living fortress cannot escape the constant tension of the wild. Hidden within the tall grass, golden shapes remain motionless, blending perfectly with the landscape. A group of lionesses watches in silence, studying every movement of the herd they have been following with patient focus. Suddenly, the wind shifts, carrying the scent of the buffalo across the dry air. One individual slows and drifts slightly away from the group. For a brief moment, vulnerability appears. The signal is unmistakable. Without a roar or warning, powerful bodies burst from the grass, sprinting forward with explosive speed. In seconds, the distance collapses. Yet confronted by the herd's unity and formidable defense, the lionesses are forced to abandon the attempt. The retreat happens quietly, but the outcome is clear. As the savanna gradually moves deeper into the dry season, the Cape buffalo continue their journey across the open land. They are not hunters yet. Their presence is a reminder that survival in the wild does not depend only on claws or fangs, but often on the strength of collective defense. When danger fades even briefly, the rhythm of the herd shifts toward the next stage of the natural cycle. The breeding season begins. Within the herd, adult males become increasingly aggressive. They challenge one another in displays of raw strength, lowering their heads, locking horns, and pushing with all their weight to overpower a rival. These confrontations rarely end in death, but they are enough to establish dominance and determine which males will earn the chance to mate with the females. After mating, the females carry their calves through a long gestation period that lasts close to a full year. With the arrival of the next rainy season, the young are born and carefully protected within the heart of the herd. Across the African savanna, life continues with patience and resilience, guided by an ancient rhythm that has endured for thousands of years. And even as the horns of steel gradually fade into the drifting clouds of dust, the story of the savanna moves forward, endless and untamed. In another region of the savanna, where the low grass stretches endlessly toward the horizon, a new day begins for another remarkable family of the African ecosystem. This is the realm of the African wild dogs. Known scientifically as Lycaon pictus, this species does not survive alone. Its true strength lies in the pack, an intricate social unit governed by cooperation and a highly organized structure. Each individual carries a uniquely patterned coat of mottled colors. No two patterns are identical, forming natural markings that act like fingerprints, allowing pack members to recognize one another even during the chaos of a hunt. The pack is rarely still. These predators are built for life on the open plains, relying entirely on speed, stamina, and flawless coordination. Unlike lions, which often depend on stealth and sudden ambush, African wild dogs pursue their prey across long distances, gradually wearing them down through relentless endurance. Every hunt becomes a powerful display of teamwork. Within the pack's social order, only one dominant pair is allowed to breed. The remaining members suppress their own reproductive instincts, dedicating their efforts to the strength and survival of the group. When the pups are born, the entire pack shares responsibility for their care. Adult hunters return from the plains and feed the young by regurgitating food, an uncommon behavior among carnivores. Yet despite this remarkable cooperation, life for African wild dogs is far from peaceful in the vast and demanding world of the savanna. Across the savanna, constant vigilance is essential. African wild dogs must remain alert to the presence of hyenas, their long-standing rivals. Hyenas are physically stronger and often appear in greater numbers, frequently attempting to steal freshly captured prey. Encounters between these two species are common, filled with tension, and neither side gives ground easily. Despite the constant dangers, the wild dog family continues its relentless journey. Hunting across the plains, moving from one territory to another and safeguarding the next generation. In a landscape where survival is tested every single day, their greatest advantage remains the unity of the pack. In such an unforgiving environment, true power does not come from a single animal. It emerges from complete cooperation, where the strength of the group becomes the very foundation of survival. From across the open plains comes a sound that is impossible to mistake, a rough, unsettling laugh that cuts through the stillness of the savanna. It signals the presence of one of Africa's most successful predators. The spotted hyena Crocuta crocuta lives in large clans governed by surprisingly complex social systems. Unlike many other carnivores, their society is dominated by females. They are larger, more assertive, and control both access to food and the right to reproduce. Within the clan, every individual understands its exact position in the hierarchy. Far from being simple scavengers, spotted hyenas are highly capable hunters able to bring down antelope, zebras, and even young or weakened Cape buffalo. Their extraordinarily powerful jaws allow them to crush bones and consume nearly every part of a carcass. This efficiency often places them in direct conflict with other predators. They frequently steal kills from cheetahs, challenge lions, and regularly confront African wild dogs, their major competitors across the savanna. Their effectiveness grows even greater after sunset, when they become especially active under the cover of darkness. Within the African ecosystem, hyenas perform a vital role. By consuming remains and clearing carcasses, they help recycle life back into the land. Although they are often portrayed as villains of the wild, they are essential to maintaining the natural balance. In a landscape where death is never far away, hyenas endure as some of the most resilient survivors, not because of appearance alone, but through remarkable adaptation and the disciplined strength of their clan society. As the dry season advances, the Alliance of Cape Buffalo, often called the Horns of Steel, has little choice but to keep moving. Familiar watering holes have shrunk into scattered pools, and patches of green grass appear only in small, distant fragments across the plains. The herd's pace slows, its formation stretches out, and fatigue becomes visible in every heavy step. In this unforgiving savanna movement always carries risk. This time the watchers are in no hurry. Near one of the last remaining water sources, another pride of lions lies in wait. It is a place where prey must eventually arrive. Hidden in the shade, they remain perfectly still, patient and focused, waiting for the precise moment. When the horns of steel enter the critical zone, the herd's structure begins to loosen. One buffalo, weakened by the long journey, starts to fall slightly behind. The gap is small, but on the savanna, even the smallest separation can be decisive. The attack unfolds with sudden force as lions surge forward from multiple directions. The chase ends quickly. This time, fortune does not favor the buffalo. The herd pauses briefly in complete silence. There are no ceremonies, no lingering farewells. On the African savanna, life allows little time for mourning. The rest of the herd turns and continues its march, leaving death behind as an unavoidable part of an ancient journey. For the lions, it is the reward for patience, precision, and the discipline of a carefully planned hunt. In the distance, the ground begins to tremble with slow, rhythmic vibrations. A herd of African elephants is approaching. The African elephant, Loxodonta africana, is the gentle giant of the continent. These massive animals travel in close family groups led by the oldest female, the matriarch guardian of the herd's collective memory. She carries knowledge of ancient pathways, hidden water sources, and safe territories, wisdom passed down through generations. In a landscape that is constantly changing, this memory is essential for survival. Elephant herds maintain remarkably strong social bonds. The calves remain protected at the center of the group, surrounded by attentive adults. When danger threatens, the elephants quickly form a defensive circle, their tusks facing outward toward the threat. Few predators are capable of challenging such a powerful barrier. For most of the day, however, elephants focus on feeding. A single adult may consume hundreds of kilograms of vegetation every day. By pushing over trees, breaking shrubs, and digging into the earth in search of water, elephants reshape the landscape in natural ways. The watering holes they uncover or create often become critical lifelines for many other species during the dry season. Even the paths they carve through dense vegetation gradually become routes used by countless animals across the savanna. During the harshest months of drought, their influence becomes even more evident. Elephants function as true engineers of the ecosystem. By opening spaces in wooded areas, they help prevent the savanna from turning entirely into forest, maintaining the delicate balance between grassland and trees wherever they roam. Through their presence, many forms of life find the chance to endure. As evening approaches, the herd pauses near a low-lying area where water still remains. They coat themselves in cooling mud and stand quietly together. In the vast African savanna, where countless hunts unfold and losses are inevitable, elephants remain enduring symbols of memory, unity, and the lasting strength of the natural world. Beneath the murky, seemingly tranquil waters, massive shapes rest almost motionless. A group of African hippos lies submerged in the shallow edges of a river. The cool water helps them endure the intense heat and shields their thick, sensitive skin from the harsh midday sun. Only their eyes, ears, and nostrils rise above the surface, quietly observing everything that unfolds around them. Despite their slow and heavy appearance, hippos maintain strict control over their territory. Each stretch of river or isolated pool is dominated by a powerful male. He patrols, constantly displaying his immense size and opening his enormous jaws as a warning. Armed with long, tusk-like teeth and extraordinary biting strength, hippos rank among the most dangerous animals in Africa during daylight hours. Direct confrontations are not frequent. Most of the time, individuals settle disputes with subtle pushes beneath the water, quietly defining boundaries and maintaining distance. Calves swim close beside their mothers, and when the water deepens or danger is sensed, they climb onto their backs. The entire group remains largely still, conserving energy for the long hours of activity that come after sunset. Occasionally, an unfamiliar male drifts too close to the edge of the territory. The dominant bull responds with a deep roar released beneath the water, sending ripples across the surface. The message is unmistakable. The territory is already claimed. Under the blazing midday sun, the hippos remain nearly motionless, blending into the quiet landscape of the river. The scene appears calm, yet beneath the stillness lies constant tension shaped by power and territorial defense on the African savanna. Even the most peaceful moments conceal a force ready to emerge. Today, the struggle for survival across the savanna continues, though the context is gradually changing. The ancient rhythms of nature, predation, migration, reproduction, and competition are no longer influenced only by rain or drought, but increasingly by the growing presence of human activity. Dawn on the African savanna does not signal peace. It marks the first warning of a new day. As sunlight spreads across the cracked earth, every creature begins another race against time, where survival is measured with every breath. Through the grassland, still veiled in a thin morning mist, a sleek figure moves with careful precision. It is the cheetah Acinonyx jubatus, the fastest land mammal on Earth. Its long, aerodynamic body, deep chest, slender legs, and non-retractable claws form the perfect design for speed. In only a few seconds, it can exceed 100 kilometers per hour, an acceleration powerful enough to overtake nearly any unsuspecting antelope. But today, the hunt is not for itself alone. This mother hunts for her young. Beneath the quiet shade of an acacia bush, 3 cheetah cubs rest barely 3 months old. Their spotted coats are only beginning to take shape. For them, each day presents a challenge not only to survive, but to learn the skills that will one day make them hunters. The mother never strays far from the den. In a single morning, she must locate prey, bring it down, and return before the sun climbs high into the sky, before hyenas, lions, or even large birds of prey detect the vulnerable cubs. Suddenly, the wind shifts and she freezes instantly. Ahead of her, a herd of Thompson's gazelles grazes peacefully, still unaware of the danger nearby. The cheetah lowers her body, advancing with steps as light as drifting air. Her ears remain alert, her eyes fixed on a single target. A young gazelle that has wandered slightly away from the group. The moment arrives. From the tall grass, the mother launches forward like a living arrow. Dust rises into the air, a brief cry breaks the silence, and the chase is over within seconds. With careful vigilance, the mother lifts the prey and carries it back toward the den. Her head raised and every sense alert to the faintest sound. Even the smallest movement could reveal her presence, signaling that a hyena has caught the scent. But today, the savanna remains quiet. When she arrives, she lays the prey gently on the ground. The 3 cubs hurry forward, still clumsy as they attempt to bite and feed. Yet safety is never guaranteed. Even a single meal can vanish if a pack of hyenas discovers the trail. In the wild, where every sound may signal danger, speed is more than an advantage, it is a lifeline. And it is motherhood that transforms that speed into an unstoppable force. Far away in another corner of the savanna, the ground begins to tremble beneath the slow footsteps of gentle giants. beneath the relentless sun of the African savanna. While many predators retreat to the shade, one silent figure continues to move through the landscape, leaving almost no trace. It is the leopard, the most solitary and mysterious of the great cats. High on the branch of an old acacia tree, a female leopard remains perfectly still. Her golden coat, patterned with dark rosettes, blends with the shifting light filtering through the leaves. This apparent calm hides a predator built for precision. Her body is compact and powerful, her limbs flexible and agile, and her sharp, retractable claws remain sheathed until the exact moment they are needed. Strong jaws and acute sense of smell, and above all, eyes capable of detecting the smallest movement even in low light, make her a quiet and formidable hunter. Unlike lions, which rely on the strength of the pride, or cheetahs, which depend on speed, the leopard survives through independence. Solitude is her strategy. Each female maintains her own territory, often spanning dozens of square kilometers. Within it, she hunts, rests, and raises her young without assistance. Not far away, hidden beneath a dense bush, lies her most precious responsibility, cubs only a few weeks old. Their tiny bodies, soft coats, and barely formed spots reveal how completely they depend on their mother. With wide eyes, clumsy movements, and no hunting instincts yet developed, they are extremely vulnerable. During the first months of life, the cubs rarely leave the den. Each day, the mother departs to hunt, leaving them alone, silent and still. Their only protection is perfect camouflage and the certainty that she will return. On the savannah, even silence can mean the difference between life and death. When the sun reaches its highest point, the leopard senses that the moment has come. She descends from the tree, her flexible body slipping through the vegetation without disturbing a single leaf. Ahead, a herd of impalas grazes calmly. These antelope are swift and vigilant, capable of leaping nearly 10 meters in a single bound. When fleeing danger, their senses finely tuned to detect the slightest threat. Even the smallest mistake could ruin everything. The leopardess presses her body close to the ground. Her padded paws move forward without the slightest sound, each step carefully measured. She selects her target, a young impala that has drifted slightly away from the herd. The wind favors her approach and no alarm is raised. Then in a fraction of a second, she launches from the ground in a sudden burst of strength and precision. The impala reacts too late. It tries to flee, but the distance has already vanished. A powerful strike followed by a fatal bite to the throat ends the pursuit. The entire event unfolds in mere seconds. Without delay, the leopardess drags the prey toward a nearby tree and with her remarkable climbing ability lifts the carcass high into the branches far beyond the reach of hyenas or lions. From her elevated refuge, she feeds first and leaves the remaining meat secured above. Soon after, she returns to where her cubs are hidden. Before reaching them, she releases a soft, low call, part signal, part reassurance. One of the cubs emerges from the vegetation and clumsily rubs against her legs, still fragile but safe. Under the relentless sun of the savannah, the leopardess remains a master of silence. She moves like a living shadow across a harsh land. And beyond that, she is a resilient mother, guiding the next generation with skill, instinct, and unwavering dedication. Beneath the unforgiving sun of the African savanna, a lioness lies quietly in the shade of a bush. At her side, 3 tiny cubs curl close together, sleeping in rhythm with her steady breathing. They are only a few weeks old, fragile, so their eyes not yet fully open and completely dependent on their mother's protection. Although lions are the only great cats that live in social groups, a female often separates from the pride after giving birth. This temporary isolation is a vital strategy to protect her cubs from numerous dangers: hyenas, leopards, and even unfamiliar male lions. If a new male takes control of the pride, he may attempt to eliminate existing cubs to bring the females back into breeding condition. Faced with such threats, the lioness becomes a fierce defender, willing to confront even members of her own species to safeguard her young. Once the cubs grow stronger, the mother gradually leads them back to the pride. From that moment on, raising the young becomes a shared responsibility. The lionesses cooperate closely, nursing the cubs, guarding them, and taking turns keeping watch. It forms a powerful network of maternal care built on instinct and cooperation. A lioness is far more than a skilled hunter. She is also a guardian, a nurturer, and a teacher to the next generation of the wild. Within her lies strength, strategy, and an unbreakable determination that nothing in the savannah can easily overcome. And so another chapter closes in the relentless struggle for life on the African savannah. In this unforgiving land, there are no permanent champions. The hunter that walks with confidence today may become the prey tomorrow. A single stumble, a delayed reaction, or a brief moment of overconfidence can instantly reverse the roles. The savannah shows no mercy for mistakes. Every encounter leaves unseen scars across the landscape and lasting marks on those who survive. Here, strength without caution can become a fatal flaw. And courage without strategy may lead to defeat. Even the most feared predators learn that power is fragile and that survival is always uncertain. In this wild world, survival is never guaranteed. It is a constant test. A quiet lesson written in endurance and instinct, where every sunrise offers another chance. And every sunset reminds all who live here that on the African savanna, safety is never permanent. If you want to continue exploring these real stories of extreme survival, like the video, subscribe, and join us on Beast Call Nature, where the natural world reveals its most raw, powerful, and unforgettable moments.